All right, you guys, this is a 2012 MaxForce 13, and as you can see right here, I've got the upper radiator hose off that's going into the thermostat housing. I know it's probably very hard to see right now with the sun the way it is, but I changed these thermostats out about 3 or 4 months ago, and now an issue that I'm having is right up here. Pardon the recording issues. I'm not a professional by any means, but down in here, this attaches to the top of the somewhat of a thermostat. The thermostat housing attaches to it. This goes into the EGR, and then it comes off the block here. Not 100% sure how it comes out, but I've got a leak down in there, and in the front underneath of my thermostat, under the thermostat gaskets over there, under the bottom of this housing down there. So I ordered new gaskets for it, and in order to do this, of course, you got to drain. You got to drain the antifreeze and the coolant, and I couldn't find anything on my radiator to drain that. So what I did is I took my hose off here, and I've got a really big tub under the bottom to catch it as it runs down, and I've done it before. Yeah, it does get a little dirt and stuff on it. You can filter it back out, or you can just put new antifreeze in, whichever way you decide to go. I'll leave that up to you. But I'm going to record this because I couldn't find any videos on how to do this. You've got to remove the hose here. On your fan clutch in here, you got 3 bolts that hold in the thermostat housing, and also right here you've got a sensor wire that gets plugged in, and it's just a holder basically. You want to remove that. So those are all number 13s. Everything on here is a number 13, and as you can see, this thermostat housing is loose. See there, I just pulled it, and you can see the cascade of water running out the bottom there. You may approve, you may not approve. I don't really care if you do approve. At least it's going into my bucket down here, and it's not getting out all over the floor, all over the ground for anything to drink it or get anything on it. So anyhow, got to pull this off in order to get, there's 6 bolts in there that you have to get off. So I'll let you know how that goes here shortly. All right, guys, back to this thermostat housing. I am around on the passenger side, and I'm gonna try to show you here. You can see right in there, thermostat housing is there, and I got one. There's 2 of them in there. One is on the block side, and one is still in the housing. So I'm gonna try to maneuver a screwdriver in there and not hurt it by any means. It's not easy to do. Now, guys, I am a shade tree mechanic. I've owned this truck for a couple of years now. By no means am I a professional. There we go. Pop that one out so y'all can use this video however you want. There's your thermostat right there. Set it out here. And let's see if we can get the other one out of the housing. There it came. Pretty easy. Just be careful. These do not have gaskets on them. This rubber that you see around it is what I was told is the only gasket that seals that from leaking. So if you need that part number, it is 3006444C3, and you got to have 2 of them. All right, so there's that. You can see right in there, I got a bolt right under there I've got to take off. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Look at here, you can see back in there a little bit. This bolt I got to take off. This bolt I got to take off. And then there's the other bolts that are up at the top that have to be taken off. So I'll be back to those in a minute. All right, guys, here we are. These are, if you can see them down there, it's hard for me to see with the phone. These are 13s. They are just tight in there. I popped all these loose. There are 3 more underneath there that I've got to go get to. But we'll get around to those shortly. Okay, guys, back on the passenger side. And this is where got to get in there to those 2. And you got to use a wrench to get in here to these. There is no time for sockets in there. No space, that is. And I will tell you, this one up here was very loose. So I don't know if that could have been my problem. But these do not take a lot to break loose. And once you get them up, well, the other ones, they came out really easy. This one's going to prove me wrong right here, just to be difficult. Now, there also is a hose right up here, which if you look, you don't know it, this is a coolant filter. It needs to be changed ever so often. This hose right here, it runs right underneath there. Horrible videoing, sorry guys. I am no professional. If you can see that hose, it runs into this right here. So I am probably going to take it off. It bolts into a fitting, an L fitting, brass fitting right up there, but it runs right here. So I'm going to take it off right here and pull this hose loose. So when I get ready to pull it, I can just pull it right off that way. Be back shortly. Okay, guys. Sorry for the dirtiness. Got this hose off. It was a bitch. Excuse my language. It's the first cuss word, I think, surprisingly for me. But I did split the bottom of it a little, so I'm going to have to fix that. But underneath here, there is a bolt that goes up. It is directly above this one right here. So hard to see. This bolt right there that I'm pointing at, that's got to come out, because this top piece right here, it goes in the motor there and it goes in here. Somehow it seals, but I was trying to pry on this and don't want to break anything, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that bolt loose, because in this gasket kit that you get, I believe you do get enough gaskets for this gasket, and there's a metal and a rubber that goes on the bottom, I believe, because there's 3 in the package. So I will update you on that shortly. Okay, guys, got the bolt on this piece underneath the bottom. It goes up, got it out. I'm now going to attempt to move this little piece here. Hopefully I don't break it. It does appear, you can see that it's moved already. You can see where it moved in the bottom, but I'm not sure exactly how it comes off. So I'm going to try to move it back. This is hard to do. Let's see if I can set this camera up here. And that's a no. So let's see. Maybe I can get this under here. Don't want to break that, that's for sure. It did move though. Just gotta figure out how to get it off now. But all right, guys. This is that top piece you could see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actually bolts that go down in there, and it does have a gasket on it, which I don't know if my gasket, that gasket's not leaking there. I believe where my leak is down below at the bottom. But as you can see, a couple of different spots this thing connects into the block, which is kind of weird, but that goes into the EGR right there. Does have this little rubber gasket on it. Does have this rubber gasket on it, so be careful not to tear that up, because I'm sure that's a high dollar item. I bought my gasket kit on eBay. I didn't go to the dealer because the dealer pretty much rapes every daggum driver they do. I got it for $37 shipped to my house, all of them. So I am going to see if I can get something down in there and break that piece loose. I'll let you know here in just a second. Okay, you guys, back at this again, and I did a little research and try to find out some information. And from what I can tell, this is hard for me to tell, in this kit there are 2 rubber extension grommets. One goes inside this, because you can see it's round, similar to this one, and there's one right down there. So from what I can tell, those are hollow and they have nipples on both ends, so they kind of fit in there real well. But I have got to try and pry those out and get this off of there. So I'm going to try and do that, and I will let you know how that goes, because that worries me. I don't want to break this part. But it's kind of odd that they would put rubber grommet snaps there, and there is a gasket underneath this piece. So you think that would tear that up once you put a new one down somehow. I don't know, but I'll let you know. All right, so here I want to show you. That is like rubber. Rubber goes into the block. There's another one right down there. Rubber goes into the block. I used a pry tool like so. It's pulling that one out of the block over there. And see there it comes. Look at that jewel. Look at that, guys. Top one didn't come out, bottom one did. Not sure if I get one of those in my kit or not, but if we don't, we will probably reuse it. And if it don't work, we'll be doing it again. I will update you. All right, in case you're wondering, this is the kit that I purchased. There's the part number. And it did come with 3. These 2 appear to be the same. I'm not sure what this plate is for, because it is not on my truck. So we're gonna figure that out now.